number 10 is Baker Mayfield for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield, let's face it, the man has talent. Whether you like him or not, you could say he's a little bit overrated, but Baker Mayfield is a pretty good quarterback. Look at what he's done with Tampa Bay. He's led them to multiple playoff appearances, led them. He's played pretty solid. And even in Cleveland, that's his rookie year, he showed some flashes of promise in that 2020 season when the Browns made the playoffs 11-5. He had a pretty solid season. Baker Mayfield has had numerous good seasons throughout his NFL career. Nearly won Rookie of the Year, had a good 2021 campaign, has had a few solid seasons with the Bucs. And even with the Rams, even though it didn't translate to wins, Baker Mayfield did play solid with the Rams, considering that team was injured to hell and back in the 2022 season. So with that being said, though, the thing is with Baker, the only reason I got him at number 10 is because he hasn't done anything significant come playoff time or hasn't led the Bucs to being more than a solid regular season team. Like I said, he's a good quarterback, but hasn't done anything significant, even with good weapons around him. And he's the successor to Tom Brady, but has not been able to lead them to the same success Brady did during his brief stint with them. So I got to put him at number 10 only because he hasn't done anything more than be a good regular season quarterback. Moving on to number 9, I got to go with Stathu Patford, a.k.a. Matthew Stafford. Hey, man, Matthew Stafford is still one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. And he's managed to find ways with this Rams team to consist when he's healthy to at least lead them to the playoffs. He did help play a role in that Super Bowl run the first go around. Now, I don't think he was the main reason they won, but he was good enough. And Matthew Stafford, when healthy, is still good enough to at least get this Rams team to the playoffs, whether that be NFC West champions or as a wild card team. And as long as Stafford's there and he's healthy, the Rams are not a team necessarily to sleep on. Wait a minute. Is that? Wait. Hold on a sec. But yeah, wait. But either way, yeah. But yeah, Matthew Stafford, though, man, whether that's, Goff or not, that's, hey, it's the bottom line is at the end of the day, let's keep it real. Matthew Stafford is still, and he's the number 9 quarterback list because he's still a good force that can at least keep the Rams in the mix, but I don't see him as the guy that's going to lead another Super Bowl run or be an elite quarterback at this point in his career. Plus, every year, the knock against him is he always misses some time due to injury. He'll usually come back, rally the Rams late, but there's always going to be that midpoint of the season he's out. So for that right there and the fact he hasn't led the Rams to another deep playoff run, I can't consider him a top 5 or an elite quarterback at this point. I just have him as a good quarterback. Moving on to number 8, that is Jared Goff for the Detroit Lions. Now, some people might think I'm ranking him a little too low, but in this case, with Goff with the Lions, I think the guy's kind of overrated. When you look at his playoff track record, that's why I moved Goff down to number 8 as opposed to the top 5 or number 6, because Jared Goff during the regular season plays well with the weapons around him, with that excellent running game. Detroit Lions have built up a phenomenal team, and Jared Goff plays well with them, but the thin knock against him is come playoff time, he struggles. See what happened last year against the Commanders. Multiple turnover game, and see the game against the 49ers, the conference championship the previous year. When the Lions were up at halftime and looked like they were on the verge of their first Super Bowl appearance, what happened in the second half? The whole team, including Jared Goff, kind of collapsed. So while Jared Goff can certainly be a good quarterback, he is a gunslinger, but when the pressure's on, Jared Goff does not deliver. And that includes when he was with the Rams. See what happened with that great 2018 offense in Super Bowl 53. They only scored 3 points behind Jared Goff. And now you see with the Lions, they've had a couple times they make deep playoff runs, but ultimately choke. So Goff is certainly a good quarterback, but I can't consider him a top quarterback with his playoff track record. I mean, you'll certainly see during the regular season that team's healthy. Jared Goff will have some great statistical performances. Lions will be a formidable force in the NFC, but I don't trust him come playoff time. And that's why I got him at number 8. Number 7, I'll go with Justin Herbert. Now, Justin Herbert does have a similar he's in a similar situation with Goff where kind of struggles come playoff time, but I give Herbert a little more benefit of the doubt because what great wide receivers has Justin Herbert had? I give Goff more flack because he has better weapons around him than Herbert. Whereas Justin Herbert, he's still easily, like I said, a top 10 quarterback. I got him at number 7. And he's still one of the main reasons why the Los Angeles Chargers are consistently in the mix or do make the playoffs when he's healthy. But I still feel like he's got to do something come playoff time. I just need to see that spark from him come playoff time. And in big games too, like particularly against Kansas City. They'll be competitive, but they just won't pull out the extra. They just won't take the extra step to win those games. So to some degree, I put that on Herbert, but I kind of give him the benefit of the doubt because he doesn't have the best receivers in the world. So that's why I put him ahead of Jared Goff, because I do believe a quarterback with Justin Herbert's talent would have a better shot at getting a team like the Detroit Lions somewhere. But based off his playoff track record so far, I'm kind of iffy on that take. But Herbert's still a top 10 quarterback and consistently has kept the Chargers in the mix when healthy without really that many wide receivers to work with. So I got him at number 7, but I still got to see Herbert win a few big games and possibly win at least 1 or 2 playoff games before I rank him higher on this list. But as of now, Justin Herbert, I got him at number 7. Still one of the top QBs. Number 6, I'm going with Jaden Daniels. The reason why is because he's only entering his 2nd season. Now, he had a great rookie season. Now, if Jaden Daniels can repeat his rookie efforts, and this team maybe even wins the division, maybe gets a home playoff game or 2, then maybe I would put him higher on the list come next season. But as of now, I got him at number 6 because there are other quarterbacks that have a higher proven track record. But Jaden Daniels still gets on here because he had a phenomenal rookie season. Took a Washington Commanders team dead in the water with little expectations, led where they were 1 game shy of a Super Bowl berth. And they defeated the number 1 seed Detroit Lions on the road in the divisional round. For that's an impressive turnaround, especially considering what Jaden Daniels had. Now, for his sake, if he doesn't have the C.J. Stroud sophomore slump, then, hey, like I said, he might go higher on this list. But as of now, I got him at number 6 just because I got 5 other quarterbacks with a better track record than Jaden Daniels. But still, easily going to be one of the top subjects of the NFL heading this season. Amazing thrower, can also run the ball as well. And Washington will be a threat headed into the season. If he can repeat his efforts of his rookie season, maybe a Super Bowl run, maybe. But that remains to be determined. They still got to go through us, the Lions, and if the 49ers return healthy, they'll be a threat as well. But time will tell on that. But Jaden Daniels gives the Commanders a shot. Number 5, my guy, Jaylen Herz. Now, I put him ahead some of the other guys. Some people might think I'm ranking him too high, but I got him at number 5 because let's not forget, in 2 Super Bowl appearances, Jaylen Herz has had 2 of the best performances in his career. Even though, and I believe Arku's referring to Daniels on that one, like I said, but Hertz in those 2 Super Bowl performances delivered 2 of the best performances of his career, especially last time around when they won and he was the MVP. So yes, Jaylen Herz doesn't have the greatest stats in the world, but he knows how to deliver with the weapons he has. He can make those plays with his feet when needed to. And people want to say, oh, the tush push, it's just him benefiting from being in the right situation. Okay, well, how many times? Look, the Eagles get there so many times. They don't just magically place the ball 1 yard short of the end zone or 1 yard short of the first down marker and say, here, tush push. Jaylen Herz plays a role in leading the team into situations where they have that favorable tush push play to begin with. And not to mention, Jaylen Herz has played good enough, like I said, with the team around him. He has the right weapons. He didn't find a way to screw it up last year. He didn't screw it up in 2023, minus that fumble in the Super Bowl. But even then, now what you say, well, what about the 2023 season? I put that on the whole team, not just with the quarterback. But at the end of the day, look, Jaylen Herz has found ways to win with this team around him, and he's played well in clutch situations. So I got him as my number 5 for that right there. Now, and then my number 4, I got Joe Burrow. Hey, Joe Burrow, man. I feel like Joe Burrow, if that Bengals team had a better defense, he would have possibly had a shot at another Super Bowl run by now. That was the biggest Achilles heel for them last year. They started winning games later in the season, but it was a little too late. But early in the season, when they lost a lot of close games, that was mainly off the backs of their defense. So I can give Burrow some benefit of the doubt. Not to mention, he already led the Bengals to 2 conference championship games. And in his first season fully healthy, he led them to a Super Bowl appearance that they were in the game the whole time and nearly won. So you got to remember, there's those 2 full seasons, first 2 full seasons Burrow's career, back-to-back conference championships, and almost got him a Super Bowl win. And then last year, he played great statistically, but obviously was the victim of poor defense early on. And just you look at his overall track record, Burrow has consistently dominated when he's healthy. He knows how to make the most of that team around him. And if the Bengals can sharpen up their defense, maybe they could have a shot at getting back into contention. So for that, I got to individually consider Burrow a better QB than Hertz individually, which is why I rank him as number 4. But there's 3 other guys who have a better track record. Go on. Number 3, I got Josh Allen. I attempted putting him at number 2, but the knock against Josh Allen is only 2 things. Playoff record against Kansas City, and in past seasons, he's been turnover prone. Now, last year, he had that MVP season. He limited the turnovers. He balled out and carried a Buffalo Bills team that some thought would regress to the conference championship game. So that's why I got him at number 3 over Jaylen Herz, over Joe Burrow, over those guys. So that's why I got him as number 3 based on that MVP season. If he can repeat his efforts from last year, they have a shot at contending as long as they can beat their kryptonite in the playoffs. But yeah, Josh Allen, now Moo is obviously the heart and soul of that franchise. And I put him at number 3 because, like I said, I think you guys know who number 1 is. And number 2 has multiple regular season MVPs over this guy. I think you know who that is. That's Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, when fully healthy, has consistently dominated. Now, his biggest Achilles heel, similar to Josh Allen, is the playoffs. But regular season-wise, as long as Lamar's healthy, the Ravens are going to have a shot. Now, I do feel like Lamar is the better overall individual player than Josh Allen when both are fully healthy. That's why I got him at number 2. Like I said, he's won 2 regular season MVPs. And some might argue that maybe he should have won a 3rd last year. I even heard some make that argument, and you could make a valid point because he had an excellent season last year. He even was statistically, he was better in 2024 than 2023 when he won that 2nd regular season MVP. Like I said, consistently, when Lamar's healthy, the Ravens have always been a threat. They always have dominated the regular season. And even those 2 seasons he got injured when they collapsed late, they started off hot with Lamar healthy. And like I said, it's just that consistent regular season domination. I got him at number 2, but the playoffs are the thing that stop him from being number 1. So I got one other person ahead of him. It's pretty obvious. Patrick Mahomes. Let's face it, He's led the Chiefs to 5 Super Bowl appearances, 7 straight conference championship games in his 7 seasons as a starter. They've won 3 out of the 5. Easily the most dominant quarterback in the league. Even the last 2 seasons, even when he didn't have great statistics, he found a way to get Kansas City to the Super Bowl in play great and well enough come playoff time. It's obvious Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL today, and easily a top 5 all-time already. Even if that dude were to retire today, he would be a top 5 all-time. So whether you like Patrick Mahomes or not, you like what he resembles or not, he's easily the top quarterback in the NFL today. Statistically, sometimes, may not always be the greatest, but when you look at what the team has done with him in Kansas City, especially after that 2022 offseason where they lost Tyreek Hill, we thought they'd take a step back. No, what have they done? They've been to 3 straight Super Bowls and won 2 out of those 3. And Patrick Mahomes has been the leading force behind it. So whether you like the man or not, he's the top quarterback headed in